Speaking of hearing problems, I want to introduce to you my friend, my mentor, and my brother, Chopper Charlie.
Okay, here. Okay, actually, she is the entire act. She's a ventriloquist. You know what that makes me? The dummy. Most of you know me, and those of you that don't, I am Chopper Charlie. I've been biking since 1958. Too high?
Move it up.
Move it up. Can't hear? Is that better?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Got it? Okay, I'm Chopper Charlie, and I've been biking since 1958. I'm 70 years old, going on 71 this next birthday. Still chasing women, and I don't do a lot of clapping. Y'all ain't seen me naked yet. I got engaged this year after been dating this little gal in Ohio for 4 years. She has to see me naked. I put it in the damn contract before we got engaged. I started biking in 1958 shortly after I discovered that little girls were growing themselves some nice playthings called hooters. I also noticed some of them little girls were doing a damn better job growing them than others, and I needed to know me why. So I just discovered this. I was not the smartest young boy in South Texas, but I was not brain dead either. So I decided motorcycles had wheels, wheels equal transportation, transportation equaled access to more females, access to more females gave me a better chance of getting my grubby little hooters hands on some of them damn hooters. So I started riding them motorcycles. A few years ago, I made a documentary and I put it on YouTube called Biker Babes, Tattoos, and Hooters. And somehow the Hugh Hefner University got a hold of mine video and they started using it as a classroom curriculum. So they contacted me and made me an honorary doctor of Hooterology. So lady, I am your Hooterologist. Now I am the only Hooterologist east of Mississippi, and I'm also the only Hooterologist west of Mississippi. So if you got problems with your Hooters, ladies, I'm your man. And if you think you're in possession of the world's best Hooters, whip them out and show them to me now, because I'm a good judge of them. This year I was up in the RV park in southern Ohio, and one of the guys at the RV park came down to the rec hall, and he had just come back from the doctor. He said, I'm in pretty good shape. Doc said, I'm doing pretty good for a man my age, just turned 66 years old. So I told him, I said, I'm 70. He looked at me, he looked at my physique, and he goes, wow. He started getting a little bit concerned. He said, well, how old do men in your family live? I said, well, most of the men in my family live to be in their 90s if they don't get shot first. So he said, well, he said, you know, most of the men in my family only live into their 70s. He said, do you think I'll live to be 80? I said, well, tell me. I said, do you drink moonshine, hard liquor, and beer, and stuff like that? Oh, don't know. He said, I don't ever do no drugs and alcohol. I said, well, do you eat red meat, brisket, ribs, fried chicken, stuff like that? And he goes, oh, no, no, no. He said, that's unhealthy. I don't do that. I said, well, you're chasing women, having wild, exotic sex? He goes, oh, no, I don't do that. I go, why in the hell do you want to live to be 80? You know, there's an age-old question. A lot of you, most of you women probably all give childbirth. What is more painful? A woman giving childbirth or a man getting kicked in the nuts? Now, I'm going to tell you, I can prove this in a court of law beyond a shadow of a doubt which one's the worst. Now, here's the scenario. A woman goes in the hospital to give childbirth. She starts screaming and cussing that man, you rotten SOB, you'll never have sex with me again. She's just carrying on the whole time she's giving birth. About a year and a half, 2 years later, she walks up to him one day and gives him a little kiss on the cheek. She said, you know, honey, I've been thinking, it'd be kind of nice to have another baby. You'll never hear that man say, you know what, honey, I think it'd kind of be nice to get kicked in the nuts again. You want to know who loves you the most? Your woman or your dog? Here's what you do. You lock your woman and your dog in the garage for 10 hours. You go unlock that damn door and see who's happy to see you. A friend of mine, a doctor, he had sex with one of his patients. He felt really, really, really bad. So, voice in his head told him, look, doc, you're not the first medical practitioner to ever have sex with a patient. You won't be the last. And besides, doc, you're single. Let it go. Then another voice in his head in the background said, you're a goddamn veterinarian, you son of a bitch. I knew you'd like that one. I was in a bar in Beeville, Texas, and
Get the mic up again.
mic up again. Sorry about that.
There you go.
I was in a bar in Beeville, Texas, and the barmaid looked at me and she said, look at that old woman back there kissing on that young man, just kissing on him and carrying on. I looked back there and I said, you know what they call those old women that pick up young men in the bar? She goes, no. I said, they're called cougars. She goes, oh yeah. She said, I read about that. So she thought a minute and she said, well, what do they call old men that pick up young women in the bar? I said, think about it for a minute. They're called damn lucky. You know, as I'm going around the country, I get looking. I think young people are getting stupider and stupider every damn year. Isn't that the truth? As a matter of fact, I honestly believe this. Sometimes some of these young guys are so stupid, the only way they're getting sex at all is some gal's giving them a mercy fuck. I was in a bar, and this gal come riding in on a powder blue Honda chopper. I mean, this gal had on a pair of cut-off short shorts, a halter top, matching do-rag, and she had herself some hooters. Now, I don't hit on young women, but if I did, I would have tried to hit on this one. And this stupid son of a bitch sitting next to me, this young guy, said the stupidest thing I ever heard. He said, wow, man, I wished I was that motorcycle seat for a day. I looked over at him and I said, what the hell are you talking about, you stupid shit? He said, what do you mean? I said, that's an unrealistic goal. He said, what you talking about? I said, man, if you're going to go for it, wake up and smell the damn bacon. Do what a real biker do. Do what Chopper Charlie do. Aim to be the lucky son of a bitch sleeping with her. When my son was about 11 years old, I was still in the Navy, and I decided it's time to have the birds and bees talk. So I told him, I said, Richard, we need to have a talk about birds and bees. He goes, no, Dad, please, I don't want to hear it. I said, what's the matter, Richard? No, please, Dad, I don't want to hear it. I said, Richard, what's the matter? He said, well, when I was 7, he told me there was no Easter Bunny. He said, then a year later, he said, you told me there was no Tooth Fairy. And then when I was about 9 years old, you told me there ain't no Santa Claus. He said, if you tell me when I grow up I ain't going to get laid, I don't have a damn thing to live for. I have a grandson who was in the 2nd grade up north of Dallas-Fort Worth. And I went up there for Grandparents and Special Persons Day. It must be like part of that Sally has two mommy political correct bullshit or something. So I decided to go. I'm the only biker there. I had to have a permit on my Harley to get on the school grounds. So I go in and we eat lunch at a bunch of tables designed for short midgets. And I know that's an oxymoron, but these damn tables are like that. So we eat lunch at the school. We tour the school, meet the teachers. We go to the gymnasium. And they got all these really neat displays. for winter solstice and all the different things that they do. So while I'm looking around, my grandson's teacher says to my little grandson Charlie, and both my daughters named their sons Charlie after me. I have no idea why. And she said to Charlie, Charlie, your grandpa seems like an awful nice man. What'd you do? And Charlie looked up at her and he said, well, Grandpa rides Harleys, chases women, and runs moonshine. The way I found out about that was, my daughter, it was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, come to pick him up, get him out of school, and the teacher told her. So we get home, Chris tells me all about it, and she gets done, she said, you know, Dad, she said, I told the teacher Charlie was right. His grandpa does ride Harleys, and he chases women. But he had just delivered 3 cases of jalapeno moonshine to a biker club in Dallas for a big wedding. It was a wedding present. That's probably what Charlie was talking about. Then she looked at me and she said, damn it, Dad, I hated lying to that teacher about your moonshining. Now, women, you know this is true. I told my 3 daughters this. I said, girls, I don't care what Dr. Phil, Dr. Ruth, or any of those other so-called experts, they don't know shit. Men have 3 emotions. Hungry, horny, and sleepy. Am I not right, women? That's right. That's the only 3 emotions men have. Hungry, horny, and sleepy. So I told my daughters, look, if your man is walking around the house without an erection, fix him a damn sandwich. A friend of mine named Sonny Bono was going to get married. He made an agreement with Paula. Now, that Sonny Bono is not the same one. Hell, he's dead. This Sonny Bono was in Chicago. So Sonny made an agreement with Paula. If they get married, Paula would let him go riding a motorcycle any damn time he wanted to. So Paula was standing over talking to a bunch of friends. And we were talking to Sonny, and I told Sonny there's a new bike event going on in Georgia, and it's supposed to be like the old-time event. So he hollers at Paula and said, hey, baby, I'm going to take off with Chopper and the boys. I'll be back in about 3 days. Paula put her foot down. Oh, no. Oh, hell no. You guys that know Texas women know that when they know, oh, hell no, next thing comes out is a gun. Said, oh, hell no, Sonny, you ain't going. Sonny said, but Paula, we talked about this. You promised. You promised we'd get married. Paula said, damn it, Sonny, you're going to stay right here at the wedding. You're going to help me open these damn wedding presents, and you're going to be here for the reception. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. When you're all done having sex, if the sheets are still on that damn bed, I'm here to tell you, you ain't doing it right. Let the wind be your back, sunshine softly on your face, ride hard, live long, Chopper Charlie.